we've had. Apparently, Cone Racing League and technology don't go hand in hand together. But welcome to round 4 of the Cone Racing League Season 5 Tier 4. We are here in Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgium Grand Prix. As you can tell, I am not Scot. I don't have the really beautiful Scottish accent. Instead, I'm Origin Gamma, and joining with me is Mark.
Hello.
I think we've had enough of a workout trying to sort this stream up, so we can sit back and relax now for a little bit. I suppose the best question is, obviously we've come from Zandvoort, which is a much shorter track, and now we're on the longest track in the Formula 1 calendar. How challenging is this track in comparison to Zandvoort?
I mean, it's completely different to last game. Last game, this track is so prone to spinning right now, and last season in Tier 4 it was a very interesting race, very memorable one, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I was just on board with Atom, who's the first of the Alpines out at the moment. About this track then, just sort of going through it, what do you think, what makes this track so difficult, and how the drivers need to best prepare for this track?
It's really the curbs being so different in this new game, downforce being much lower compared to real life. You know, the game is built that way to be as close as possible to real life. So yeah, the curbs are a killer, man. You really, some you can just ride over them full speed, and then some, like in the first 2 corners of sector 2, absolutely will send you in the wall if you ride them. So
yeah, definitely. It's tough, I think, this track. I mean, it's not so tough on tyre wear as we might have seen at Zandvoort as well. It's usually a one-stop strategy. But let's just sort of talking on the downforce levels. Obviously, we've got a lot of tricky corners, you know, Pouhon, for example, and Les Combes, but there's also the long DRS straight as well. So how do you sort of balance the downforce levels?
You really want to. I mean, you need top speed here. They're going to be, I feel like, half the drivers who are going for a more speedy setup, because it won't really affect you too much, except maybe Sector 2. But most of Sector 3 and Sector 1 is all about speed, so you need to have a good balance.
Well, there might need to be more of a need for downforce, because I am seeing spots of rain coming down on the track.
I am as well.
So this is interesting. So we're either going to have a very greasy track, or drivers that need to get out early.
Yeah, they need to get out now and set their laps.
Yeah, and with AFL currently in the pits, as is Greg's Game Centre, they might be in a bit of trouble here, because with the rain coming down, the track gets greasy, and all of that grip goes off as well. So I am on board with Atoms, who's just coming through. He might be in the best position because he's furthest on the track, so he might get an opportunity to get the best lap time here as he goes through into Blanchimont.
Yeah, you really do not want to invalidate your lap now that it started raining, because you're gonna. I think the first lap everyone does is gonna mean pole. It depends how much it rains, so we'll see. But yeah, Adam is gonna run the final corner now. Really want to clip the first and second curb straight to the line, and it's gonna be a 1:43.8 to start up. We have some more people. Alpha Tauri of me Mahmoudi across the line. Harvey goes 4/10 faster than Adam. Takes current pole position.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose with this rain coming down as well, do you want to start playing more cautiously with this weather? Because like you said, these first couple of laps could be the difference between who gets on pole and who doesn't. Or do you just attack it as per normal, like in any qualifying session?
I don't know. Knowing me, I'd probably just attack it. I just say I'm gonna go for it, you know. It's so crucial to get a lap in, because it's so hard. I mean, now with the rain, it's gonna be even easier to spin. But yeah, you just really, I feel like the first lap just needs to be a careful one. Don't go out full pace. Oh, and we have a spin that's thrown in the wall. Front wing gone, but he kept the car running.
That is not, well, it's a good thing he's kept the car going. The trouble is, this rain continues to come down, and that is not what he needs to do here.
Not at all.
And unfortunately for his teammate, not any better. AFL has just invalidated on their lap as well. Whether they have enough fuel
AFL
to go
is
for
on
another stop, and there is a Haas spinning round, and that is Warwick.
Warwick, yeah,
in
you
the Haas.
pronounce the name yeah, like that.
I'm not. Apologies if it was anyone watches back and realizes I butchered the names.
Alright, let's jump on with AFL starting his first hot lap.
Yeah.
Alright, turn 1, brake nice and early. Hit the apex early on the power to get a nice exit. Straight down to the line. You want to really take it full throttle. Maybe toss the curb on the right. No, he keeps it in the middle. Keeps it nice and clean, you know, you don't want to spin. And Orange was very popular last season, so I'm sure a few drivers are going to be more careful this time. Ride the curb on the left before the turn. Avoid the right, avoid the left. Early on the power. Don't validate here, don't go too wide. Yeah, nice. Brake early for the hairpin. Stay nice and close to the curb on the right. Early on the power. Go as much as to the right as you can. Turn and left, a bit of understeer there. Oh, catches a bit of oversteer as well. Now here you want to go down a gear. Yeah, do exactly that. Perfect. Stay close to the left. Ooh. Now go to the right. I like to ride this curb, but people choose to not touch it. Avoid this curb. Can be sketchy sometimes. Don't invalidate here. Very crucial. But he keeps it nice and tight. Purple sector 2. Could be co-masters, but could be he's actually purple sector 2. Rain looks to be saying the same right now, so that's a good sign.
Absolutely.
Down to the final corner. Really have to be careful here because you can easily lose there on the last corner. Takes it nicely and straight down to the line. He's gonna set a 1:45.1. So lap looked clean, but I'm guessing the rain is starting to affect. So because he is 2 seconds behind the pace almost. So yeah, I think the rain's starting to play in here. We have an Alpha Tauri in the wall. And that's
Specs 37 Pro.
Is his wing
Reunited with
okay?
his.
No, it's not. He has
no.
plate damage, unfortunately. So on the Ferrari of Wild Dog is in the wall. His front wing is also gone. Oh, the end plate
In his home Grand Prix as well for Wild Dog. Returns to Spa-Francorchamps. Bex 37 Pro has the dream reunitation with his AlphaTauri.
That's right. Now, obviously, not to be biased here, but AlphaTauri better win. You know.
I can't agree with that personally. I mean, AlphaTauri is great, but everyone loves the main Red Bull team, right?
Yeah, of course. Are people gonna go for the laps here? I feel like the rain. I don't know if it's already too heavy, but oh, I think that's on off and Eau Rouge. That is.
It is. That is Drone.
John, he's out of qualifying without sitting a lap. That's him out, and he'll be starting last.
And the first victim of Eau Rouge and Radion in this season. Remember, of course, Tier 4 last year, or when it was known as the Academy, had a bit too many issues with that corner. Whilst that happened as well...
Oh, it's Piero! He's, I don't know, actually, he might have retired in the pits, actually.
That's in, it looks like it's in the pits, so deciding that the rain is coming down a bit too heavily, so best place he can start is third.
Oh, and that's Harvey just caught that! He's out of Eau Rouge as well! Oh no!
Within 30 seconds, that is 2 drivers, including the man who is on provisional pole, out of this race.
Yeah.
And I want... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and the rain... It looks like it stayed the same, I don't know.
Yeah, the track looks greasy, but... I mean, I'm looking at the track now, you can start to see this.
Yeah, it's actually getting wet.
Warwick's, that's going in the wall, and that's him out as well. That's the third one.
Oh no.
And I think now the track is far too damp.
Yeah, alright, so I think unless it's gonna dry up in the next, what? Maybe, how much of your quality is left? Because I got because of the yellow flags.
We've got 8 minutes left to go.
Unless it's drying up in the next 5 minutes, I don't see anyone getting another lap in here. Which would mean the man who crashed out in Eau Rouge is and could be on pole position for the race in Spa-Francorchamps.
Anybody getting flashbacks to Charles Leclerc in Monaco all of a sudden?
Oh,
Well,
I can.
interestingly, there is still a couple of drivers that are going out. Spider Rob is still out, but he is half a second down in the middle sector alone.
Yeah.
I don't think that 1:46.1 he's done is going to improve, and that will be him down in 11th. Yeah, and I think everyone is pitting. I'm just on board with Crash Gaming, and same issue for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, we have some people retiring here, and that sign means that the weather is not going to clear up.
So MUFC Harvey then, unless something dramatically changes in the next 6 minutes, is your pole setup alongside the Aston Martin of Hedgehog in P2. Pierre in third, crashed out. Moody P4. I think that is highest qualifying position. Although Mark Wilson fifth, for Tom in sixth, Cammy in seventh. But as I say that, Cammy's decided to come back out, and not only has he come out, he's on the medium compound tyres.
Ooh, interesting. I'm guessing he wants to maybe just, you know what? I'm gonna get some practice laps in. Why not?
Yeah.
Wet weather, P7 times aren't gonna get any faster. Why not?
Yeah, there's nothing to lose in this, is there? Surely, by just using the slick tires.
Thing is, drivers do know that if it's gonna start wet or not. If the race is gonna start wet, we don't know obviously because the comms never know anything.
No.
They never know anything. Well,
predictive powers. Do we think we're getting a wet race or a dry race?
I'm gonna say a full dry race.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go the opposite, and I'm gonna say we're gonna get a full wet race.
Ooh.
And hopefully, if it is a wet race, we'll get more action than we did in the actual Belgian Grand Prix. We just saw that the DRS was disabled, so I think that's confirmation then.
It's not. Nothing is gonna get any better. Let's read the chat here of the Cone Racing League channel. We have some love from the Haas teams. Mark, our previous winner from Zandvoort, from the Williams team, who did an absolutely great job, I have to say, last week. That was one hell of a race. We had no idea who was gonna win until the last lap, final sector of the race. So that was very entertaining.
Yeah, I'm just going through it all. Strauss has come in. Why is everyone retired? We have got wet conditions, unfortunately, and the lap times aren't improving for anyone. And unless there's some miraculous Belgian weather shift, I don't think it's going to be changing anytime soon.
Let's see. Cammy here is gonna ride Eau Rouge now. Ooh, it takes it nice on the videos. I have to say.
I get so terrified watching. I have to like step back and thinking, are you guys okay?
Like, on the mediums in the wet, said, "Nah, I'm gonna get some practice laps, man. Why not?"
I want to be like Cammy when I grow up. I want to live with no fear. I'm gonna read through the chat whilst I'm there. Let me know if Cammy is blistering the sectors. Steiny's in the chat. Steiny, I hope you feel better soon. Moody, Pierre and Mark are very close. Crash Gaming apparently got blocked on his second flying lap, unfortunately, so that is a massive shame for him. 17th to 1st for Haas, maybe?
Maybe. I have to say the rain is getting it's getting heavier now. It's definitely intermediate weather.
Yeah,
we have our first intermediate runner. Yeah, Spider Rob. Ooh.
And
Thanks.
This is. Can we? I know the weather is random, but I know Nathan's in the chat. Can you just? I know you make the weather dynamic. Can you just make sure it's dry for the other 3 races, please? Thank you. I don't want to drive in this weather.
I drove a wet Spa. Let's just say it did that well up for Rouge, so I don't want to be.
I don't think I think I've had one wet race in Spa, and I barely got through turn 1.
Yes, so not the conditions we want.
No,
Cammy, I
not
think,
for,
is opting for the pits. Yeah, he is. So
yeah, I think Cammy is, and smartly enough, going very slow in the pit
yeah,
lane because a race can be can end there in some cases, but everybody in the pits. There's 3 drivers who can still set a lap. Spider Rob, the only one out at the moment.
I have to ask the chat actually. Is my aeroplane of a PlayStation sounding in the stream? Because I'm not sure. Because
can we start a Patreon for Mark to get a PS5 immediately, or at least like a duster? To get them.
I clean my PlayStation like once a month, but it's useless.
This is a good opportunity. If anybody has a company in cleaning, Mark will be interested to hire you immediately.
Yeah, bring it on. Let's jump on board with Spider Up. Let's see how he does on the intermediates.
Yeah, it's interesting he's using the inters now because I'm going to assume he may want to keep some.
Yeah, you want to keep them for the race, but
the race is wet. But we're
I just want to see
our
Rouge. I just want to see Rouge right now. On the wets, does he take it full? Oh, he takes it full, you know.
Oh, he does. Woo! There was a slight lift on the approach to Radion, but
yeah.
I suppose if there is rain, he's at least getting the practice in now, and it's not like anybody's going to take 11 places off him because everybody's retired.
Oh, and we do. I have to say, oh, sorry for interrupting. I do have to say we have a weather update from Nathan. It's dry, but it's gonna rain at the end. Very interesting.
Interesting indeed. So this practice for Spider Rob might help him here.
Yeah.
We've just had Digweed join for Mercedes. Sadly, a bit too late to start a lap, unfortunately. But
yeah. So he will be starting last.
Yeah. So rain later in the race. I wondered. Well, for the top 10, they're obviously mandatory starting on the soft tyres, but everybody from Spider Rob down will have a free choice of tyres.
Yeah.
I wonder if there is rain later in the race. Will they opt to go for the medium or hard tyres potentially then?
It depends. It always depends when the... So Nathan said late in the race.
Yeah.
It always depends how late. The strategy here, I'm pretty sure, is soft medium. So
yeah, agreed.
I don't know. I would go for probably a medium soft or a soft medium, then 2 inters.
Yeah.
Or maybe a soft. I don't know. I don't know how good the softs are on this track. Don't think they're that good, so I think it can just be a soft medium.
Yeah.
Alright. Spyrob is gonna cross the line to finish us in qualifying. And I can also confirm MUFC Harvey is on pole position for the CRA Academy. Well done to him for getting a good first lap in, which is, I mean, it's key sometimes. So, fair enough to him.
Definitely. One Mercedes stunning at the front then, the other stunning plumb last in this race. But it was those who got their laps in early have reaped all the rewards here. For those who left it a bit too late, they might have just paid the price here. But we've already had 3 drivers in the wall in Radion. Nathan's predicted 7, Mark's predicted 10 earlier. We've had a conversation afterwards. So, we'll have to see.
So we have MUCF Harvey on pole, followed by Hedgehog in P2, Piero P3, Mimam Moody P4 for the AlphaTauri. I called it, it's gonna win. Mark Wilson, winner from last week, P5, Adam P6, Cammy P7, AFL P8, Wardog P9, and Melvin P10 to round out the top 10. Race time!
It is, and we've got our another update from Weatherman Nathan. Apparently 91% chance of rain in 60 minutes from when qualifying was, so but we don't know how light or heavy it's going to be, so that'll be interesting. We've got a hello from Texas.
Very, very dry at the moment.
Yep. So this is the weather I like. I like this kind of weather.
I also have to remember I'm not I am the one spectating, so I have to actually watch the gaps here. So if I start like absolutely fade away to the distance and not looking at anything, make sure you tell me.
We will, don't worry.
Yeah. And apparently I keep saying Academy, oh, but it's tier 4 now. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Honestly, Mark, what are you doing? You've been here for 10 minutes.
Nah. Okay. Let's see here. Formation lap. Yeah. If my game would load and actually look at the cars, we can maybe see something soon.
Yeah, we're just slowly waiting.
Yeah,
As they
Codemaster
all,
is at its finest.
we'll get there eventually. We are still awaiting just for the formation lap. Nathan's put in, unless there's a fair amount of safety cars, I don't think rain will affect the race. We shall
Yeah.
see. Well, safety cars are not uncommon here, and especially if Rouge and Radiant, there could be a fair few safety cars, but we'll have to see. But
Ooh, here we go. Finally, the formation lap is
yeah.
underway.
Oh, no
And
surprise! It's an all Mercedes front row lockout. Would you believe it?
I can't spectate. Oh, there we go.
There we
Okay.
go. We've lost a wee Cammy already.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna just have a look at the tyres. So top 10, of course, as we mentioned, are GT bound start on the soft tyres, as are the rest of the field, minus Spider Rob, Crash Gaming, Bex 37 Pro, and Greg's Gaming Centre, all on medium tyres.
That's right. And from personal experience, the medium soft could work well if you get a good start here, because it's not that hard to stay out of the DRS